Welcome to the WB Mason Coaches Report. I'm Ryan LaFay. He's Dennis Papadatos, head coach of the Hofstra wrestling team. Coach, how are you today?
Doing good.
Let's just get into it. Last weekend, this past Sunday, you guys were at the Grapple at the Garden. You guys go 0-2. Let's talk about the first match, though, against Princeton, a 33-9 loss. Just your overall thoughts of that match.
The same as I said when I spoke to you guys after the match. Obviously, we're not happy. A lot of matches that we won last year, matches of kids that I thought we should beat this year. Obviously, forfeiting 33 is not helping. And then there were some letdowns, but there's obviously always bright spots as well. As you know, Jamel's going through some things, and I think he's not wrestling anywhere near his ability. And he beat a good kid who was beaten before. Frank beat a kid that beat him this year that was ranked as high as 12th, and Mike Hughes beat a kid that had 2 very good wins with one hand. Honestly, with one hand, to be honest. So there's some bright spots, but we need a lot more work. We need a lot more effort, and they've been, the Princeton coach has been there. I think this is his 9th or 10th year. So it's been a testament to him, and they're a good team. I still think we could beat them this year. I look forward to when we have Savage back and we start firing on all cylinders. And obviously we'll probably run into them again, somewhere, but not in a dual meet setting. But disappointed in some of the guys, effort, or I don't know if effort's the right word, just deer in headlights, attitude, and we got to get over that.
And similar loss to Maryland as well, 24-13. You guys get off to another slow start, having the forfeit 33 again. Mm-hmm. Is that really the slow start kind of killing your team, do you feel? Does it kind of demoralize the team going forward, or is it just everybody's individual, worrying about themselves?
It doesn't help, and for sure, I think I don't like saying it's all that, you know what I mean, but it's monumental, you know what I mean, and it's definitely not helping, and we obviously stormed somewhat back, like against Maryland, there was still a couple wins, 25 and 49 are matches, and 57 are matches I thought we could have and should have won. Jamel rebounded well and beat another good kid. And obviously, Frank beat another good kid, and so did Mike Hughes. And Jermaine came in and did well, up pretty much a weight and a half because he'll be down to 65 soon. And that kid beat the Illinois kid right before he wrestled Jermaine. So, and Omar wrestled tough, and I really want him to get that win. Like I said, we're struggling through some things, and as long as guys keep their head up and their chin up, we'll be all right. But that's the secret. They have to. Sometimes there's no reasons or answers for why things are going the way they are. You just got to keep digging and moving your feet so you don't drown in the quicksand.
Jamel Hudson 2-0, Frank Affronti 2-0, Michael Hughes 2-0 as well. Mike Hughes actually dislocated his finger in the first match, but he was able to come out and still go 2-0 in matches. What does that show to you, but not only you, also the team as well?
And himself. To be honest, I was very happy for Mike. Just to give you a quick explanation, and I'll even put it in the camera. This finger, it goes straight. The rest of his finger went straight down. So this finger ended here, actually started back here, pointed out, and then this part of his finger was pointing the other direction. And they couldn't get it back in place, so they just taped it. And that happened in the first 30 seconds of the match, of the very first match. They taped it together. He wrestled. He beat that kid 12-1 at Binghamton Open, and he beat him 4-2. He was killing him. It was still out of place. That kid went on and beat the number 10 and number 12 kid in the country an hour and 5 hours later that same day. So he's a good kid who was a big high school recruit. And then the doctor pulled it back in place, and he beat a good Maryland kid where it still kind of bothered him. So it was inspiring. He had major adversity, beat a really good kid, another pretty good kid, pretty much with one hand. And I'm pretty excited when Flow Wrestling noticed Mike Hughes they ranked him in the top 20 for the first time in his career today. I don't understand what some of the other things are looking at. One of the other ones actually ranked the Princeton kid because he beat 2 top 10 kids in the country. They actually ranked him, but Mike Hughes not ranked, who beat the Princeton kid twice this year, and his only losses are number 2 and number 5. I don't understand it, but that's not for me to say, and I really don't care that much. But hey, do your research. But it is inspiring. It was inspiring for sure. So that was a big step for Mike, and it was a big step for Jamel, and it was a big step for Frank. We just got to get some of these other guys to take some of these steps.
Now you're 0-5 overall, but you go to Vegas this weekend. How do you keep the team not only prepared but focused as well going into this big tournament where you can rebound and get some wins, hopefully?
It's definitely hard, especially with how good the tournament is. But like you said, just to put it in perspective, and one of my super strengths is also one of my weaknesses. I'm a thinker, and I can't help it. I'm always an analyzer. I look at the things, and coming into it, obviously it would have been great to have been 5-0. We had high hopes of being 3-2. I expected to be 2-3, so I'm devastated that we're 0-5. You know what I'm saying? So, along the lines, when all that planning went into consideration, that's before we weren't 4-33. It was before we actually had 2 weeks of missed training because we had some things in the room that we kind of had to stop practicing. It was before Jelani was banged up. It was before Jamel was struggling with some things. So a lot of stuff happened all together, and then you throw in Bobby going through, had an injury, going through some things, and it's culminating to what it's culminating to, and it is what it is. We knew this was going to be the hardest part of the season. I don't want to be 0-5, but I don't choose to let it define me or us, and I don't choose to let it drag me down. We got to use it as fuel. We got to be mad. We got to be devastated. We got to be upset so we can get out of it. But you can't let it define who you are and let it seep in to think that that's what you're about. So, we'll do the appropriate things, and looking forward to Vegas. Looking forward to some of the guys, keeping it up, and some guys pulling out wins and maybe people don't expect, and just build something of belief back. We're still not 100%. We're still not bringing a 33-pounder. So we'll leave some points on the table there, but he's expected to be back right after Vegas, and some of the other guys, hopefully start making a name for themselves. So we're excited to get over there and end phase 1 of the regular season, because we have a 3-week break after it. And I think the guys see that light now, so hopefully it's easier to put forth a huge effort, because they know after Saturday they got 3 weeks off where they can kind of recoup, get ready for finals, and get ready for the rest of the year.
Thanks for the time, Coach.
I appreciate having us.
And thanks to you for watching the W. Mason Coaches Report right here on GoHofstra.com.